NC State Nuclear Engineering graduation ceremony. Wish we could be in person, but we have a virtual lineup for you. And I'm going to do that to kind of show you what that lineup looks like. We're going to have some opening remarks from Dr. Ivanov, and then we're going to go through the undergraduate class led by Dr. Doster, and then the graduate class by Dr. Shannon. We have two speakers for you, a student speaker as well as an alumnus. And then we're going to take some group pictures in breakout rooms, and then some closing remarks from Dr. Ivanov. So to start us all off, I turn to you, Dr. Ivanov. You have to unmute. Dr. Ivanov, oh, there you go.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our virtual celebration. And first of all, I would like to congratulate the nuclear engineering graduating class of 2021, you and your family. It is May, and in a normal year for our nuclear engineering department, that would mean a beautiful in-person graduation ceremony in NC State Alumni Center. But as you know, this graduation season is different, as different has been this academic year because of the pandemic, remote online classes, and advising. You have made it through this difficult time of challenges and needs. The determination and hard work are what got you here today, along with the support and help of your family, friends, faculty, and staff. In this past year, the pandemic has put all of us on the sideline. Today, when we virtually celebrate your success, please keep the fire to get back into the game of restarting our normalcy. Celebrate that you kept at it, that you did the work to come back stronger than ever. As you start this new chapter of your life and your journey, hold the confidence that you can face uncertainty, that you can adapt to unexpected challenges. Bring purpose and focus to whatever you do next, especially when you face obstacles. Today, what you have achieved is worth great celebration. And I'm opening this graduation ceremony, and the next I would like to introduce Dr. Doster, who is director of our undergraduate program.
But thank you, Cosmin. I'd like to add my congratulations to those of Dr. Ivanov for passing this significant milestone. As he mentions, not only did you have to contend with what is probably the toughest curriculum on this campus, you had to do it with less than an ideal learning environment. And that is to be commended. Today, you join an elite club, nuclear engineer, and not just any nuclear engineer, but a nuclear engineer from NC State. And it just don't get any better than that. So this afternoon, we celebrate your graduation, and though we're unable to hold our normal commencement ceremony, this in no way diminishes your accomplishment. I really miss the opportunity to meet with families and offer my congratulations in person. But maybe if there is a silver lining, at least you don't have to worry about finding enough gas to get home today. One of the advantages of a relatively small department is that we usually have the opportunity to personally get to know our students. One of the casualties of this pandemic is that has become increasingly difficult to do over the past year and a half. I mean, personally, for example, in very few exceptions, I have never seen the faces of the students in my class this semester. When I call their names in a few moments, for most, it will be the first time that I've ever said their names out loud. So for any mispronunciations, I apologize up front. So without spending much more time me talking, I'd like to get on with why you are here, and that is to recognize the nuclear engineering class of 2021. One of the things I'd also like to do as I acknowledge these students is acknowledge those students who are graduating with cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude. Cum laude is a grade point, cumulative grade point average of 3.25 to 3.5. Magna cum laude 3.5 to 3.75, and summa cum laude greater than 3.75. For a department that's not known for grade inflation, this is a significant accomplishment indeed. So I would like, where the students' names are announced and when we show them, I will like to draw your attention to those accomplishments. So Sherry, Lisa, without further ado, if you would go ahead. First, Walter Brinkley from Pisgah National Forest, or Pisgah Forest, North Carolina. Next. Charles Sharon from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He's graduating cum laude. Alex Chrysler, magna cum laude. He's from Whispering Pines, North Carolina. Sarah Ebert, you will see her again later. She's from Carlisle, Pennsylvania, and is graduating magna cum laude. Nicholas Fickenshire, Falls Church, Virginia, cum laude. William Garabrandt, hometown is in Raleigh. He's graduating summa cum laude. Henry Hobson, hometown Raleigh, North Carolina. Brandon Hunter, Havelock, North Carolina. Scott Martin, Morganton, West Virginia, magna cum laude. And Jacob Weinberg, San Mateo, California, graduating magna cum laude. One of the things that I would have you note is that many of these students are going to be continuing on into graduate school, and we look forward to some of them here, and in fact, many of them here. And we look forward, maybe I'll actually get to see some of them in person at one point in the future. So I wish them all future success. With that, I think I'm supposed to introduce Steve Shannon, who is our Director of Graduate Programs, who will announce the graduate degrees in nuclear engineering.
Thank you very much, Dr. Doster. First of all, I'd like to again congratulate all of our Bachelors of Science candidates on the conferral of their degrees. I know that they've been hard-earned, and I congratulate all of you. As Dr. Doster mentioned, my name is Steve Shannon, and I am the Director of Graduate Programs here at the Nuclear Engineering Department at NC State University. And I, like many of you, I wish dearly that we could be celebrating the accomplishments of these students together in person. Honestly, one of the best parts about this job is getting to experience the joy and the sense of accomplishments from the graduates and from their friends and families, the later of which also often express a strong sense of genuine relief, like this was never going to happen or something. I miss seeing that, and I really am going to miss seeing that this year. I look forward to getting to see it again. But soon enough, we'll be back to what we miss so much, seeing friends, seeing smiles, shaking hands, and getting hugs. But in this time, things are a little bit different, but that shouldn't take away from the accomplishments that we gather for today, and should no way diminish. These accomplishments should no way be diminished by the distance that we have between us, given the circumstances. In fact, I have to say that the resilience of our students working through this last year and all of the challenges that they've experienced have really left me amazed. They really embody the notion that the characteristics in human nature that we love so much often grow strongest in a soil mixed with troubles. And I really commend them for what they've been able to accomplish in their time here, given the circumstances. But you've all come through this with amazing strength, and I can't wait to see, based on how you handled the circumstances the last year and a half, I can't wait to see what you all accomplish in the years ahead of you. And with that, I'd like to announce the conferral of our graduate degrees. Our graduate program in the nuclear engineering department has, we offer 3 degrees in nuclear engineering. We offer the Master's in Nuclear Engineering, a Master's of Science in Nuclear Engineering. The main difference being is the Master's of Science in Nuclear Engineering is a thesis-based master's program. And then finally, our Doctor of Philosophy in Nuclear Engineering. So I will be announcing the recipients of these degrees in order, and as well as the students who will be recognized for the planned conferral of their degrees this summer. With regard to our doctoral students, the traditional hooding of the doctoral students is not going to be done, obviously, given the circumstances and the virtual nature of the celebration. But we do hope that our students can come and join us for future celebrations. And this obviously doesn't just go to our doctoral students, but but we look forward to all getting to get together for a future celebration where we can really confer upon all of you the pomp and circumstance that you have worked so hard for and that you most definitely deserve. And with that, I would like to go through the recognition of the individuals who have received graduate degrees in nuclear engineering, starting with our Masters of Nuclear Engineering and Masters of Science in Nuclear Engineering degrees. Our first is Nicholas Barbieri, whose research project was titled Automated Analysis of Beta Voltaic Diode Electrical Response in Damaging Radiation, advised by Dr. Mohammed Borum. Jonathan Crozier, whose research project was generation of the thermal scattering law of uranium carbide with ab initio lattice dynamics, advised by Dr. Ayman Hawari. Nicholas Reed, whose research project was corrosion behavior in Inconel X750 and Inconel 718 in boiling water reactors and pressurized water reactors, advised by Dr. Jamal Comey. Our next recipient of our Masters of Science in Nuclear Engineering is Rofiwa Chapuke, whose thesis project was REA analysis for the Coburg Nuclear Power Plant. He was advised by Drs. Maria Avranova and Dr. Costa and Ivanov. Our other fall and spring 2021 graduates for the Masters of Nuclear Engineering are Jacob Blevins, Joel Brandon, Vedant Deshpande, Mohammed Sharafe, Thomas Sawinski, and Benjamin Laramie. We also have prospective graduate students. These are students who are anticipated to be receiving their degrees in the summer in the summer semester. We have so starting with our Masters of Science, we have Thamir Albagami, whose thesis project is development of the OECD NEA TVA WB1 multi-physics, multi-scale depletion benchmark and modeling of the first exercise, ZPPT at HZP. So this is a Master's of Science both in Nuclear Engineering and in acronyms, and I congratulate him on both. His faculty chairs are Drs. Maria Avramova and Dr. Costa and Ivanov. Edgeman Eros, who's graduating magna cum laude. His thesis project is detection of illicit nuclear activities using optically stimulated dosimetry, and his faculty advisor is Dr. Robert Hayes.
Yay.
Thank you for doing that. I miss that. We have Dominic Centeno, whose thesis project was application of unsupervised machine learning algorithms to neutron gamma particle identification using organic scintillators. His research was chaired by Dr. John Mattingly. So now we move on to conferral of our doctoral degrees, our PhD degrees in nuclear engineering. Our first conferral is to Dr. Ibrahim Ahmed, whose dissertation title is Development of Low Power, Efficient, and Radiation Resistant radiation detectors based on iron-doped gallium oxide. And his faculty chair is Dr. Ge Yang. Our second doctoral recipient is Dr. Brian Anderson, with his dissertation, who's graduating magna cum laude, and his dissertation title is A Machine Learning-Based Approach to Minimize Crud-Induced Effects in Pressurized Water Reactors. And his faculty chairs were Dr. Jason Yu and Dr. David Kirkpatrick. Dr. Megan Smith, who hails from Hickory, North Carolina, has earned her doctorate in nuclear engineering with a dissertation, Decomposition of Gamma Spectroscopic Measurements of Pulsar-Radiated Nuclear Materials Exhibiting Collinear Spectral Components and Nonlinear Coincidence Summing Effects. This research was chaired by Dr. John Mattingly. Our next doctoral recipient is Dr. Ishita Trivedi, and her dissertation topic is Uncertainty Quantification and Propagation Methodology for Safety Analysis of Lead-Cooled Fast Reactors. This research was chaired by faculty members Dr. Jason Hu and Dr. Konstantin Ivanov. Our next recipient is Dr. Chen Jiang, with his dissertation topic, Growth and Characterization of, I'm not even going to try. That's why he got his doctorate, folks. I'm going to just growth and characterization of fancy alloy, double perovskite, single crystals for ionizing radiation detection. And his faculty chair for this research was Dr. Ge Yang. We also recognize our other doctoral graduates for this year, for academic year 2021. Ahmed Darwish, Sean Kerrigan, Daniel Mickelson, Madik Mishra, Ryan O'Mara, Ryan Scholl, Yuchio Zhao, and Rafi Yessian. We also have some prospective summer candidates who should be receiving their PhDs in the summer semester. We have our first recipient is Joy Fan, and her prospective dissertation title is Counter Current Flow Studies Using Interface Capturing Simulations, and her faculty chair is Dr. Igor Boldanov. Our second prospective recipient for the PhD this summer is Casey Eisenhower, and he will be graduating magna cum laude, and his dissertation title is Development and Validation of Open Source Software for Electromagnetic Simulation and Multiphysics Coupling, and his faculty chair is me, Dr. Steve Chan. So congratulations again to all of our graduates, both our undergraduates and our graduate students. I would like at this time to turn the microphone, or whatever the Zoom version of a microphone is, over to Professor Mike Doster, who will introduce our graduating class student speaker.
Yeah, thanks, Dave. Every year for the past number of years, we've asked the students to elect someone from within their ranks to speak for them, to give their perspective on their time here at NC State. And this year, the student that was—
Oh my God.
The student that was selected from among the senior class is Sarah Ebert. Sarah came to us originally from Carlisle, Pennsylvania. She's graduating with a bachelor's degree and a minor in math. She came to us after transferring from New Jersey Institute of Technology, where she was studying civil and environmental engineering. And I guess she assumed she wanted to get an education. So she's been very active while she's been here at State, and has been active in both A&S and Women in Nuclear Wind. So without further ado, you've got her bio there in front of you. I'd like to very enthusiastically introduce Miss Sarah Ebert, who's going to speak for the class.
Thank you very much, Dr. Doster.
Yay, Sarah!
First of all, I want to thank everyone here for coming and thank the department for this time to speak. I'm honored to have been chosen by my class. When I reflect back on the last 4 years, one thing stands out. We are not lucky. We lost 1.5 years of our college experience to a pandemic. The normal college things that a lot of us had looked forward to weren't possible this year. We endured 1.5 years of online classes, which compounded the difficulty of an already difficult course of study. Some of our family members traveled to celebrate this momentous achievement and now don't know if they have gas to drive home. We are sitting in apartments and hotels right now to observe the culmination of 4 years of achievement in the face of brutally difficult work. I could say that we're all lucky to be here, but that's not true. Our hard work and perseverance is what brought us to the point we're at now, not coincidence or luck. We pulled ourselves through 3 incredibly difficult years, defying the laws of physics to pull ourselves up by our bootstraps and keep going. We struggled and fought, and we survived. I think it's easy for all of us to forget how challenging this major really is, but none of us majored in nuclear engineering because we thought it'd be easy. We came here because we wanted to change the world. We wanted to build a planet that relies on clean energy. We wanted to be pioneers in medicine. We wanted to push the boundaries of science and physics. These tasks aren't easy, and neither is the road we took to enter this field. I personally can't count the number of times I thought I'd fail a class. I've seen far too many sunrises on the back half of an all-nighter, and my therapist knows every single one of my professors by name. Take that as you will. I mention this because it was hard to get here, and our triumph now is worthy of celebration. NC State, primarily, is an institute of learning, and I'd be amiss if I didn't mention some of the things we learned along the way. We learned how to calculate fuel centerline temperatures and code transport problems. We learned how to do gamma spectroscopy of unknown radiological samples and how to calibrate control rods. We learned how to use the W3 correlation to calculate the limiting coolant inlet temperature to not violate the minimum departure from nucleate boiling ratio for a 4-loop PWR under variable power distributions within accident scenarios, by hand. I could go on and list key highlights of our curriculum and Doster's final exam to make all of our friends and family think we're geniuses, but at this point, I think I'm pretty much done with thermohydraulics vocabulary. I'm very tired of it. And of course, the Ebert crew already knows I'm dumb as soup, so it wouldn't even work. I will mention that most of the learning that we did wasn't in a classroom. We learned how to succeed in engineering, but more importantly, we learned how to fail and how to learn from that failure. One of my fondest memories was after the first NE 401 exam. We'd all scurried to Burlington to pick up our exams from our mailboxes, feeling confident because we'd all studied so hard the week before. I wish I could have gotten that moment on camera when we all pulled out our papers and the chatter just stopped. We all kind of just looked around at each other in fear, waiting for the first brave soul to announce how they'd done. I'll say it now, I got a 35 out of 100, but I still beat the class average of 17%. I also want to mention that Will Garibrandt got the top score of 54, and that was normal because he absolutely spanked us in every class we took and demolished the curve every single time. And he's going to med school, isn't even going to be a nuclear engineer. How unfair is that? Anyway, I digress. We also learned the power of teamwork. It sounds cheesy, but it's true. None of us would be here without each other. Whether it was 3 a.m. study sessions in Hill Library or venting about homework on Zoom, we relied on each other to get where we are. Some of the deepest friendships I've ever had were forged in the fire of Soviet semester, and I know that the friends we've made are friends for life, no matter where we each end up. There's some other things we've learned, of course. We learned from Dr. Anastratov that spherical coordinates are onions. We learned from Dr. Huari how to speak nuclear. We learned from Dr. Palmtag that spheres make the best bombs. We learned from Dr. Bolotnov that there are way more types of bubbles than any of us ever imagined. My only regret is that Scott Lascelles never taught us to swim in the hot tub. At the end of the day, we learned to laugh. We learned to find the joy in the little things. The power of a hot cup of coffee at 2 a.m. in Hill, the strength of camaraderie in tackling an especially hard project. Often it felt like it would be impossible to get to the point we're at now, but we learned how to make the best of a tricky situation and get through. We learned how to solve problems, and isn't that what makes us engineers? Engineers don't rely on luck, because luck didn't get us here. We did. Of course, we couldn't do this alone, and we owe a great deal of gratitude to our professors, our TAs, and our advisors for helping us on the often winding path to our degrees. This department equipped us to be the best engineers we can be, not only with academic content and training, but also with mentoring and guidance that would help us find the path that we were all meant to take. We leave NC State and head into an uncertain future. This is a scary time worldwide, and for many of us, this is the start of a new chapter in our stories. We are starting our lives in a time of death and chaos. It's easy to feel nervous now that we're leaving the nest, but if the past few years have proved anything, it's that I know that we can handle it. When I look around, I see some of the most intelligent, motivated, and hardworking men and women I've ever had the privilege of sharing a classroom with. I know that we'll find success wherever we go, and I can't wait to see what each of us do. And so I leave each of you with this. Be the person that I know you can be. Don't leave anything up to chance. I believe in you, pal. We all believe in you. Because you're a winner, kiddo. Don't you ever forget. Thank you very much, and congratulations to us. We did it.
Yay!
Before we go on, I just would like to make never ceases to amaze me how good the students are at picking someone to speak for them. And Sarah, you hit it right on the head. So congratulations again to all of you.
Thank you very much.
See,
Okay. Thank you, Sarah. That was over the years you get to hear a lot of student speeches, and I think you pretty much nailed everything that the things that every senior class before you has had to go through, as well as all of the unique, gems that you've also had to endure the last year and a half. Thank you very much for sharing all that. It's very much appreciated.
Thank you.
Our next speaker had the luxury of graduating from our department not during the pandemic. He is our alumni graduation speaker, and I'm very thrilled to introduce most of you to him and reintroduce some of you to him who may remember him whenever he was roaming the halls of Burlington Laboratory. Troy Carter is an alumni of our nuclear engineering program as well as physics program here at NC State, and hails originally from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. He is currently a professor of physics at the University of California in Los Angeles. Professor Carter is the director of the Basic Plasma Science Facility, which is a national user facility for fundamental plasma science, supported by both the Department of Energy, Office of Fusion Energy Sciences, as well as the National Science Foundation. He is also the director of the Plasma Science and Technology Institute at UCLA. Dr. Carter's research focuses on experimental studies of fundamental processes in magnetized plasmas and is motivated by current issues both in magnetic confinement fusion energy research, as well as space and astrophysical plasmas. He was a co-recipient of the 2002 American Physical Society Division of Plasma Physics Excellence in Plasma Physics Research Award, and is a fellow of the American Physical Society. In 2020, Professor Carter chaired a long-range planning process for the Department of Energy that produced a 10-year strategic plan for both fusion energy development and plasma science research in the US based on consensus research community input. And when I say consensus research community input, I'm talking about collecting the input of hundreds of scientists across the country and trying to compile it into one cohesive thought. And as someone who sat on faculty meetings where trying to get the cohesive thoughts of just a dozen faculty members, I don't have any idea how he managed to accomplish it with 400 scientists in the room. And definitely this is to be commended. He has received his Bachelor's of Science degrees in both nuclear engineering and in physics from North Carolina State University. And he received those in 1995 and went on to pursue and receive a Doctor of Philosophy in Plasma Physics from Princeton University in 2021. And with that, I give you this year's alumni graduate speaker, Professor Troy Carter.
Well, thanks, Steve, for that very nice introduction. And Sarah, you're a tough act to follow, so I'll see what I can do. But good afternoon. I guess it's still technically morning for me here, but good afternoon to everyone. Thanks so much. I'm honored to be asked to share this moment with you, this very important day. I have to start with congratulating the graduates for your accomplishments. You should be incredibly proud of what you've accomplished. Nuclear engineering is a very difficult degree anywhere. And it's very impressive what you've done, but getting one from NC State is special, right? You know, NC State has a history, one of the first programs in nuclear engineering, one of the best. I mean, US News says number 3, but I don't know. I think number 1 for sure. I hate to say it, but you know, Steve is a Michigan, product, but Michigan's got nothing on NC State. MIT, I mean, they know a thing or two, but I'd take an NC State nuclear engineering grad over them any day. Not only they know the nuclear engineering, but they know where to get good barbecue. And that's, equally important, I think, in my mind. Congratulations to the undergraduates. I remember being in your shoes, right? So I know how hard you worked. I remember NE 401 and the exams also. I'm trying to remember who taught that to me. It might have been Dr. Regis, I think. But it feels like it was just yesterday. I'll ask you not to ruin my fantasy by reminding me that none of you were born when I was roaming the halls of Burlington Labs. It's been a few years. But I remember, endless hours in the computer lab, which at the time, there was this new thing called the internet and email. It was, also this new hot thing, again, to talk about my age. I remember the endless coursework and the difficult exams. I still curl up on the floor in the fetal position if I ever hear the words Dr. Doster and exam in the same sentence. So I know you know what I mean, okay? You've been there. Congratulations to the graduate students. So of course, you've worked incredibly hard. Getting master's and PhD is a tremendous amount of work. I've been there too, but I also appreciate it more now as a faculty member, knowing how important graduate students are in research and accomplishing anything. The discoveries that come out of research programs at NC State, at UCLA, are on the shoulders of graduate students. So congratulations at your effort in doing that. I have to say congratulations also, of course, to family and friends that are here. Without you, these students wouldn't have been able to be where they are today. I know you're proud of your daughters and your sons for what they've accomplished. I can say I've walked in your shoes a little bit too. My oldest son will be graduating next year. I know how much effort I put into, getting him to where he was and how proud I am of him. So, students, you should know how much effort your family has put in to support you. I know you appreciate that. I think it's worth taking a second to make sure we thank them, and let's give them some virtual applause for everything they've done to support you. Thank you to parents and family members. So nuclear engineering at NC State is a special place. It's a tight-knit group. You're part of a family when you're at NC State nuclear engineering. Sometimes it's dysfunctional. I mentioned Dr. Doster's exams, but dysfunction is part of any family. That's how it works. But the faculty are amazing. So I see a lot of familiar faces here that influence me. But they had a profound influence on me and my direction in my life, and I know the same is true for all of you. Again, familiar faces, Dr. Doster, of course, good to see you again. Dr. Borum, good to see you again. And many others. have to scan the list here to see. But all of you were important mentors to me. And again, want to say thank you. And I think it's also a good time now for the graduating students to thank the faculty. So why don't we give them also virtual applause, the faculty and staff that supported you to this point. So thank you very much. All right, I expect, like you, I made many good friends while at NC State. Again, it's a small department. It's a tight-knit crew. You're under extreme pressure. It's easy to build ties. I was actually worried that some of my classmates will be here to heckle me. I'm not sure if I see them. So I don't have to say nice things about them then, because I was worried that embarrassing stories would pop up in the chat. And maybe that won't happen. But a lot of great friends were made, a lot of good memories. I met my wife, who was working on her master's degree in the department, actually, who she just left to go see our son play a soccer game, so she's not here to say hello. But NC State was very important for me, and I know it was for you too. Things have changed, of course. I see a lot of new faces on the faculty. I know it's still, a top-notch institution and department that it's been over the years. There's folks that I know that weren't there when I was in 95, like Steve Shannon, who's now a friend and colleague. He's probably tired of seeing me over the last couple of years. We work closely on the strategic planning process. There's also, I'm not the only UCLA NC State connection. You have a new faculty member who I think I saw on there, Alex Badler, who was a UCLA product from physics and astronomy, worked with Seth Putterman, and is now on the faculty there. And it's not just us. There are other connections, and one important one actually was a long ago connection, which was Professor Al Carnicel, who helped really start, was part of the faculty in the 60s and 70s in NC State Nuclear Engineering, was one of the founding members, went on to various places, including Harvard, before he found his way to UCLA as our chancellor, where he was chancellor until 2006. I was a green assistant professor at that point, wasn't rubbing shoulders with the chancellor. However, I did get a chance to meet Al and get to know him. After he stepped down, as both of us were members of the, or still are, members of the UCLA Institute for Environment and Sustainability, and Al was a vocal advocate of nuclear power, and I was glad to join him in that advocacy. So maybe I'll continue that thread to wrap up my remarks and say, to continue to talk about advocacy for nuclear power. Now is a very important time to be a nuclear engineer. Recognizing the critical importance of mitigating climate change, the US, along with many others in the world, have set the ambitious goal of decarbonizing the energy sector by mid-century. And this is not just pie in the sky. This is not just an idea that is within the government and not elsewhere. Really, industry, including electric utilities, have really bought into this idea and have a laser focus on investing in technologies that can make that happen in the near term by 2050. Really, this is the most important challenge facing us society today. We can't get this done without nuclear power. That has to be an essential part of the mix. We have to expand fission power. We need to invest more in advanced fission and also in nuclear fusion, which is where I've focused most of my attention recently. So my interest in fusion really started at NC State. I mean, I look at Professor Borum, Dr. Gilligan, Dr. Hankins, others in the physics department. So Dr. Bennett, who was retired before I got there, but well-known contributor to fusion. My interest started there. Over the last year, as Steve said, the whole community has been, for the first time really, come together to execute and develop a strategic plan for fusion energy. There's a lot of work, but there's been a tremendous progress in fusion, both scientifically and technically. One important technical breakthrough recently is the advent of high temperature superconductors that really enable much higher magnetic field for fusion. In addition, the private sector has taken notice of the opportunities. There's been $2 billion invested in fusion energy startups over the last decade. And we're starting to learn. We're learning from our peers in fission research about how to partner effectively with industry. So we certainly talked a lot during this planning process with folks at DOE Nuclear Energy about projects like the Versatile Test Reactor and others that are looking to partner public sector and private sector together to achieve a goal. And we've set a target with this report, and also backed by National Academy's reports recently, to build a fusion pilot plant by 2040, really to be on the ground, ready to impact this decarbonization by 2050. So it's exciting to be a part of fusion energy research, but also broadly speaking in the nuclear power sector. It's an exciting time to be a nuclear engineer. Again, one of the most important challenges that is facing society, we get to address as nuclear engineers. You are now at the tip of the spear as fresh graduates from nuclear engineering department. You are the ones that are going to lead the way in addressing this challenge. Looking forward to your contributions to innovation, to discovery, as you go off and do great things. I'm looking forward to coming back to one of these, maybe in person, and listening to you tell me your story about what you did with what you came out of NC State nuclear engineering trained to do. So I'll just say again, congratulations. thank you so much for letting me share this time with you. And I wish you all good luck. And I really wish I could be there with you so we can walk across the street to Mitch's, which I understand might be opening up sometime soon, I hope. And sorry I can't be there for that. But again, congratulations to all of you.
Thank you. Steve?
Thank you very much, Professor Carter. I would like to hand the microphone. It was great talk and great to see you, and great to hear that the pressure chamber that is getting a degree from this department has a long and proud history. So, thank you very much. At this time, I'll hand the microphone over to Ms. Marshall. I believe. Lisa, do I hand it over to you or to Dr. Ad?
To me.
Steve? Okay.
Wonderful.
All yours.
Thank you. At this time, we want to give an opportunity to our faculty that are on the line to say a few words. No pressure, but if you wanted to say anything to the graduating class. We're going to start with, I know that there are a few statements, comments, one from Dr. Bolotnov.
Thank you, Lisa. Just very brief congratulations note to the class of 2021. Indeed, this has been a very special, well, more than a year already, but you got hit the hardest here. But you greatly succeeded, and those circumstances really, didn't stop you from getting this degree, and your efforts really demonstrated your excellence, and they paid off. So now you're on the path on the bright careers, hopefully without similar pandemics in the near future. So congratulations.
Thank you. And Dr. Borum wanted me to read his. Dr. Borum is the Alumni Distinguished Graduate Professor of Nuclear Engineering. He's also the Director for the College of Engineering Masters of Engineering Program. And this is what he had to say to the graduating class. Sincere congratulations to the 2021 class. You all have done a great job, and I'm very pleased with your work in the Senior Design Project over the 2020-2021 academic year. I wish you all the best, and please stay in contact with us. Best wishes. And now I'm going to open it to any of the faculty or the staff that are on the call at this moment, if they would like to say a word to the graduating class and their family and friends. Go back to there.
I think all of us wish you all great success. Keep making us proud, and come back and visit whenever you get a chance.
And that was Dr. Azmi. Anyone else?
Okay, congratulations again. And I really want to wish you to be very, 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 very happy in your future life. All the best.
I wanted to congratulate all the undergraduate and graduate students. I had a privilege to teach the undergraduate class. You all took my NE403. And I also want to congratulate my two PhD students, Ishita and Brian, and you well deserve it. And just one thing I want to share with you, when I graduated from my college, I took a year off, and what I did is just spend time with myself and trying to figure out what I want to do. I knew at the time I want to continue a career in nuclear, but I wasn't sure what exactly my role would be. So if you have a clear vision of where you want to be, that's a very good thing. But if not, don't worry, you have to take some time off. I really think that through. I think it's going to worth it. So it's going to pay off in the end. I wish you the very best luck in the future. Thank you.
So congratulations, everyone. So we are here to celebrate your success. So I wish you all the best with your career development. Please keep in touch and keep connected with us. Whenever you have time, please come back to say hello. Thank you.
Yeah, everybody, congratulations. Really, this is huge. just want to say, go off and stay safe while you do it, but celebrate. This is an enormous achievement, and the most sincere and hearty congratulations to you all. You did an enormous amount of work and resulted in this this final culmination of all of that effort. So sincere congratulations to all.
Thank you so much. I don't have to show you the recorded messages because the two faculty members that recorded them appeared live. So I am going to now turn it over to Dr. Ivanov.
Dear graduates, as mentioned earlier, today what you have achieved is worth great celebration. As mentioned by my colleagues, tremendous work and dedication went in this moment. And now as you are starting new job or pursue another degree, please keep the spirit of learning. The future is always uncertain. A lot will be new and changing, but the learning is key to success, and also it's key to keeping you moving forward. Please don't forget NC State and Nuclear Engineering Department. You are our alumni now, and we would like to keep in touch with you. And I'm sure you will be listening from Lisa. She will be bugging you and informing you. We have now very active alumni policies, and we really want to hear from you. We're planning in the future to create alumni board and create fellows and senior fellows from our alumni to strengthen our relationship with alumni. Again, today we're all cheering for you, and congratulations, Nuclear Engineering graduating class of 2021. Good luck.
Thank you. I have created two rooms, one for undergrads and one for grads. I'm going to open them now, and if I can have you all choose which one, and I'm going to take some group shots of the graduating class. So I'm going to start with the undergrads. So grads, whilst you're in there, don't leave. I'm coming shortly to take those pictures as well. And thanks to all the family and friends for joining us. We wish we could have done this in person. Maybe we will do a celebratory barbecue of sorts when we're finally open. And then you will be invited to all future or the next future in-person graduation ceremony to enjoy with that graduating class. So thank you everyone for coming today, and all the best in the future. Stay in touch. As I always have said to you all, you've got this, right? You have got this. With that, if I can have the undergrads and the grads go into these rooms, I can then, all right, so you all are joining.
Congratulations, Sarah!
Let's all unmute and give them a big round of applause. Yay!
Congratulations.
So I'm going to be back. I'm going to both of the rooms, take a group shot.
Congratulations, Sarah.
She's gorgeous.
For your wonderful messages. It sucks that we won't be able to see you in person to say goodbye, but I'm very much looking forward to coming back.
Okay, congratulations. Bye-bye.
Bye, Dr. Murthy.
How are you all doing?
I love it. Do you guys want to see the video? You remember you gave a fun photo? Actually, no, it's on YouTube. Go to our YouTube our YouTube site and you'll see it. And don't forget to like or dislike.
like, comment, and subscribe.
Exactly. The usual.
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe I would have put in a different photo if I knew that it was going on YouTube.
Too late.
I would have still sent in the same one. I'm just kidding.
Oh, too late, too late. Well, I'm going to end the meeting. So, go ahead.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm not a good public speaker. I can get nervous, so pardon in advance. But thanks a lot for this awesome family, I would say. That nuclear engineering, after coming to States from India and not seeing family for 2 years, I actually didn't felt that much homesick. But when I realized that I'm going out of nuclear, I may not be able to see Burlington Labs ever again. So that was like the most, homesick moment I ever felt. Thanks a lot to the awesome teachers. Thanks a lot for, just giving me most beautiful knowledge. And I used some other word for my favorite topics, but I cannot use that word right now, but I would say Dr. Mattingly understand. I think he laughed. So thanks a lot, and thanks for being such a good friends. Thanks for being such a good colleagues. And I still remember, being getting very low grades, getting sort of a mind boggled in the first semester, and then having guidance from the Dr. Shannon, and support from almost every faculty that came in contact with, and again jumping back again from the third semester, getting doing nothing less than A minuses. That's very big for me at least. So, and that's it actually. I'm sorry that my family couldn't come. My family actually wanted to say thanks a lot to every other faculty. What I can do is do a representation if you all don't mind. So this is my family's picture. I have them as a symbol that they are with me. They cannot come here from India because of the pandemic, but in my graduation, this is like a symbol that I am for the nuclear engineering family. This is my old family. I love you all. Thanks a lot.
We're family, man. We'll be your family. Congratulations.
Congratulations, indeed. You're part of this family now.
Yeah.
Or you have been, so you can't get rid of us. Let's put it that way.
I mean, honestly, at this point, I'm the PhD that I'm going to do. I might just come back to NC State to do postdoc. So.
Right.
Yeah.
I see that Ishita has it right. She's celebrating.
Very much. My family couldn't come either. They're also in India, so my boyfriend's family was able to come, and some people from the department thankfully are helping me celebrate, and they came, which I'm doing. So win-win.
So party at Ishita's for all those in Raleigh.
Not over. Always, always.
Anyone else want to say a few words?
I just want to say thanks to all the faculty, because especially since I did my undergrad there, I've known y'all for so long. So y'all are a second family to me, and it sucks not be able to say bye in person, but this is the next best thing. So I'll definitely stop by when I'm in Raleigh. Jesse and I plan on visiting at some point. So
excellent.
I'll come terrorize the department.
Please do. No? Well, it's a beautiful day outside, and I'm sure it's a beautiful day wherever you are, right? Because you've graduated and you're just in celebratory mode. So go outside, either go gather with some family and friends and continue the celebration. I'm going to go outside. I probably end up by Ishida and celebrate there, and I'll toast to you all. So have a good rest of day, because I know there's a few that are in different time zones.